refill it? Or
No,
the whole thing
trust
goes?
it. Yeah, it
Oh,
comes.
okay.
That's the whole thing.
Looks like kitty litter.
It is.
It is.
Looks like kitty litter. I don't have a cat. I don't know, but I've seen the commercials.
Alright.
That's the fun part.
Alright, who wants to help?
Slide
Go
like
this?
that,
Yeah.
parallel and this right, push it up.
No, because this is
No.
hitting that.
That's the fun part.
Oh, maybe when you put this first there.
How many brains does it take?
Nope. Alright guys.
We got this far, but.
Just let it hang.
Just let it hang?
Yeah, let it hang and then
Slide it, yeah.
But it's still touching.
let it hang still. Pull it back a little and then push it all the way.
Slide it over here.
Keep it like
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
slam it in.
See? That's the fun part.
Alright, that's hard.
It is hard. Do you want to try someone else? Please, all of you, get in there.
Yeah.
You don't want the first time to build a tile, you have to do it in clinical.
So some of the most common places that you'll have a leak are going to be at your CO2 absorber. So you want to, if you do your checkout, it says system leak, then you want to check that, make sure it's seated properly. Having one of those. So that can happen as well. Or the circuit has a leak somewhere. If there's like a hole in one of these spots or a hole in the bag. So then you would just change out the whole circuit.
See, when it's there, it clicks. Yes, Francine.
Anytime you change it, slam it in. Slam it in. You're not gonna break it. Promise.
There you go. It clicks.
So does it go from white to purple instantaneously, or does it do it gradually?
Gradually, as you use it and use it, and it becomes desiccated at the time, right?
Don't get afraid, just slam it.
Okay, it's only like a.
We'll talk about that because that's a good question.
No big deal.
Slam it. No. Squirrel.
Yeah.
So if you didn't change it, would you just switch to like
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
total ID?
There was something. Did you check
Yeah.
it? Did you check it out? All of you? You did? Everybody took it out? Okay. So if that becomes, so is it gradual? Yes. So sometimes when you come in the morning, right? If it has been off, even though it's desiccated, it might look like it's not, because the color will reverse back to white, but it doesn't regenerate its like absorption properties, right? And then as soon as you turn it on and you start using it, it starts alarming on you, because what will happen is your end tidal will not get back to baseline. Yeah? You know how it goes zero. It won't do that. It'll stay raised, right? What you can do, if you don't want to change it, the book tells you not to. The correct answer on the exam is not to change it during the test. Don't video this part. You can still hear me when you're doing the circle system, right? This could be semi-closed, no, an open, a semi-closed, and a closed.
And semi-open.
And semi-open. There are four, but usually we'll talk about three because I don't know what the fourth one is. I got your hand to the question. So if it's closed all the way, you are telling yourself that you're so good that you can determine exactly how much oxygen this patient needs for their metabolic demands, and you're giving them that much. When it's closed all the way, right? When it's semi-closed, you're above the minute ventilation, the oxygen you're giving them, but not very much above it, right? Usually that's where most of this is. Now when it's semi-open, you are way above the minute ventilation. I think I'm explaining this right to you. If I'm not, I'm sorry. It's in your book somewhere. Okay? What was I doing with this? I was doing something after that.
Changing the CO2.
Yes. So if it becomes desiccated, then you can turn it into an open system. You just give them fresh gas flow above their minute ventilation, and it will return back to zero. You don't increase their respiratory rate or what have you. You just give them gas flow above what they require. So then they'll breathe out. So everything that's coming back gets scavenged out. So they won't be rebreathing. Because what this does is enables the patient to rebreathe some of the gases that they exhale, right? That absorbs the carbon dioxide and moisturizes and humidifies, like maintain the heat and moisture of the area that you're giving them so they can be breathing. Because you could imagine if you're doing a 4-hour case and this is a completely open system, you would deplete this multiple times a day.
Because
Right?
you have to increase your volatile agent when you're also increasing your whole fresh gas flow is increasing, which is a proportion of several gases, right? Go to what?
So you don't have to. Why is that?
Is actually what's going on.
Because regardless of how much you give, right? Whatever you set this at is variable bypass, right? So it's all of that will pass just like you set it and pick up what it needs to pick up. So you don't have to increase this. You just have to increase the fresh gas flow. Yeah? Does that make sense? That's a good question. No, it doesn't make sense. What doesn't make sense?
No, I think it does.
Yeah?
Yeah. You just have to learn more.
Oh, I know.
Totally.
You get the lecture and then it makes more sense, I promise. And then when you come to do your recheck, I will be doing this much talking, you will be doing this much talking. I will be doing a lot of listening to you. Okay? Yeah, really. Yes, I really. Yeah, really. That's the goal though, right? That is the goal. It's not for me to tell you. They already told me and I told them that. Right? I'm telling you and then you got to tell me that when you come back, right? Okay. I got nothing else. I think I forgot what I was going to say. I should write it down. I can remember. Okay, so your case is done, right? Oh, we need to do a second one.
Alright, who wants to come do one? Alright.
Someone who hasn't volunteered to be the first person before. There's no
I'll
grading
help
in this
you.
system.
So in the morning, you come in and you hit full test. Well, here, let me X out of here so you. I want you to know how to get to that. Sorry, okay, so end case. Alright, so now you have this screen, you're getting ready for your next case. You want to go hit checkout, and then you want to do just the circuit leak. So instead of the full test, you go to circuit leak. Yep, and then you just follow the prompts.
So include the bag Y. So the bag then switch to the bag.
So you can.
Seems like I shouldn't do it, but I'm gonna do it.
How else are you gonna learn?
Oh, it's already in the bag. 718 valve, halfway. He's backing up, is that?
Did you feel the difference? Have you guys all felt that?
Oh, no.
Okay, you will.
Yeah, you start to kind of, yeah.
Remind me.
Start.
So now it's telling you what it's doing, right? Then switch, okay. O2 pressure, okay. POW sizer, okay. Now socket leak,
So
right?
should I fluid it down there instead of holding it?
Because I just did that. Now we're halfway
Yeah.
through. We're gonna do this way.
And I keep going.
Yeah. Yeah, try this
Cool. Draw everything up with one hand.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Draw everything off with one hand. You set up your earline with one hand. You're gonna do that lab, and I love that lab. Really. That's when you learn to intubate, and it's fun. I missed my first 6. I called Dr. once crying. She laughed at me, but she didn't laugh at me. But she was very funny. She was like, "Paminda, how long have you been doing this?" Like, I don't know. I can't do this. I don't think I should be doing this. She's like, "You're fine."
See why that piece exists.
You see why?
We're never gonna forget that now.
You did great. It tells you it's okay. Usually it will fail
Oh.
because you don't have enough suction, right? You don't. You will.
I'm holding it pretty hard.
Alex is white knuckling it.
So then when you're done, I usually turn it off this way to get rid of the pressure. I don't just let it. Well, I don't disconnect from here. Yeah. Usually it will fail, right? Because that's what this is for. That's when you connect that and let it do that between cases while you're making sure that your monitors are right and everything you've set up before you went out with the last patient is correct still and stuff like that. You don't hold the outlet and stand there.
Well, but if some of the systems don't have the auto, like checkout procedure, that's exactly what you're gonna do, because you don't have a checkout. So, if you wanted to do it manually, you would just go like this, close it up to like 30, 40, and then you wanna check your, pressure, and you hit your O2. And you get up to like 40, and you hold the seal, make sure that the whole pressure, the system stays pressurized.
I think the thing's at 10 seconds when you do it that way.
Yeah.
That's what that old machine. That's why we thank goodness for the brains who do this, because
So that's what you would do if it doesn't have the fancy circuit link option. So basically the same thing.
all right. So whenever you're doing, sometimes when you do like mat cases, so what is this for?
Oh, you can.
For your
connect
auxiliary
it to-
cable.
Yes. So that's why you connect that, and how do you regulate that?
There's a
From
flow
the-
here.
That's right. So that, right? Because I mean, you could do mat cases using this, because some of the oxygen things come with the little tube that you can connect to this, and then it connects and blah blah blah. But usually we just connect it to here, take off this, screw it on here, stick it on the face. Yeah? Ready. Again, in case you have to switch quickly. Okay? So at Fairfax, this is where we store our masks and stuff. And do you know what this is?
Tinfoil.
Yeah. And then these usually go here, so we store them here, and your towels and stuff like that. Any questions?
When we come in for our first cases, will that be fully stocked, or do we have to stock it ourselves?
It's
Usually,
fully stocked at Fairfax. At other places, might not.
maybe
be.
not. Okay.
Okay? Because Fairfax is 24 hours. There's always some, you do night shifts here too. Because it's 24 hours. Some of the other places are not. Yeah? So if whenever you get to be a senior and you want to cut down on your days and you want to do, 3 12s as opposed to 4 whatever, this will be the place where you do that. Because you can almost be guaranteed that you'll be doing the case after 7 o'clock.
Mhm.
I work till 7:30, and usually I'm busy till 7:30 till I get out, till someone gets me out. Okay?
Those shifts after, like at night, they must all be emergent, right?
That's what you think.
No,
Mhm.
isn't it sometimes like the carryover of the day?
Oh, like
they
that.
get
Like a bump.
bumped and they do it at 2 a.m.
Everything can become an
so they have
emergency,
time.
right? The surgeon can convince you it's an emergency. You don't tell him it's not. No. You do the case.
Oh,
Emergency
oh my
is
God.
Yeah.
Mm.
If it's on that board, you do it.
Yeah.
Because usually on our holidays, they'll tell you, oh, we do emergency cases. And then you come in and your cases are like, that's not an emergency. Well, on that day it is. On that day it is. Any other questions? Did we forget anything on this machine?
Everything.
I think we covered everything. This is your defense, by the way. It causes me a lot of grief. This defense thing.
Oh,
Yes, it causes me a lot of grief because every time I come in, it says check defense. Yes.
So the defense is part of your gas analyzing
Analyzing.
module. So this whole thing comes up.
You talk about the gas analysis as well. I don't know if you have yet. You have?
Yeah.
Oh,
A little
good.
bit, yeah.
So ours here, in order for you to be successful with your case, it needs to say CAIO. Anybody want to guess what that means? No. It means that it identifies carbon dioxide and agent. There are some that just says ESCO, which means it only identifies carbon dioxide. But you need this to identify your CO2 and your agent. This is very important because I just learned this yesterday, that this module actually pulls 250 cc's of gases from your elbow so that it can give you the data here and wherever your gases are really
They
sharp.
usually show, yeah,
Yeah.
they usually show up there.
Here and here. The defend actually protects this whole module from moisture. So it's
water
like, that's
trap.
why we
From
call
what?
it moisture.
Moisture.
Water
That's why
trap.
we call
Yes,
it
that's what you-
defend or water trap. So moisture gathers in here so it doesn't go in here and mess this up.
Oh, okay.
Is that a disposable water trap or reusable?
Yeah, it's disposable.
Okay.
You throw it out if it gets.
Oh, you don't throw it out after every case.
Okay, just at the end of the day.
No, you know. It's
No,
not a big
you
truck.
don't
We won't even touch that.
Yes,
Okay,
you
got
will.
it. Okay, cool. Sounds good.
Girl, I'm throwing defense up there. No, we don't do that. What I tell you every time, not every time. A lot of times I call it, I'm like, it says check defense, and I don't know how to do.
And then that would be a side stream, right? Gas analyzer, not
Yes,
a
I think
mainstream.
so, yes.
Okay.
I know there's a direct one and a side. I don't remember.
Diverting, right?
Side
Diverting
diverting,
is side.
Also,
and there's meat.
if you take this module out, it says, you see how it says warming up sensor? It takes 5 minutes to warm up and actually give you data. It takes 2 minutes to actually work and give you CO2, but it takes you a whole 5 minutes to work and identify your agent.
So what that means is when you come in the morning and it says check defense, you pick up that phone. There's a phone and you call somebody, okay, so you can check defense. Because usually, sometimes they have to change it out. And we usually don't stock them here. Sometimes you'll find them here, but usually someone has to bring it to you, okay? And a lot of things can delay a case, but if you're not ready, they're not coming back. It doesn't matter if the room's ready. So if you come in at any time and none of this is on, you turn it on immediately. If it's not working, you call somebody. Because if you're not working, no one's coming. No one's coming back with the patient without you. Yeah, and you're not coming back if this is not working. Yeah? So finally, before we go change, because it's 11:48 and I want to show you around if we can, if there's an empty room. So what 3 things does this do? Anesthesia Machine, what does it do?
Three things?
Yeah.
Five things?
Huh? There are no wrong answers, guys.
Oh.
Not today. When you come back and have to tell me stuff, but you will get them wrong because you would have touched it 1,000 times.
Delivers gases, ventilates, and monitors.
Therefore, scavenges and disposes of.
Okay, good. Good. Okay, let's go change. Any questions at all?
Oh, what is the whiteboard?
What does it say on it? So that's air, that's oxygen.
Is it
Interchangeable between scavenging and your vacuum. They're interchangeable.
Okay.
The scavenging and the vacuum are
Yeah, so
interchangeable?
yes. So and here at Fairfax, the purple and the white, they have the same diameter, so they're interchangeable. But your white in some places will be your suction, and your purple will be your scavenging. In the other places in the hospital, it's 2 purple or 2 whites. In some places, it's white and purple.